Yes, guys, we are finally back again for another one on this BrBpTV, Be Real, Be Positive Television, brothers and sisters. We are back again, guys, and my hair is definitely back again. And it's kind of weird, guys, because it's been a moment since I had my hair like this. But we are definitely back again for another vibrations. And of course, with that said, guys, give this video a thumbs up. I won't be dropping another video on the Mr. Leaks reaction, guys. But of course, I'll be definitely getting into the vibrations for today on this here channel, guys. Welcome. And with that said, guys, let us get into the vibrations for today right there. Now, the individual that you're seeing on the stage is none other than Mr. Danny Luge. Now, of course, Danny Luge was the one who pretty much exposed the situation that is happening amongst the Goodwill region. I think it's Goodwill, Pottersville, whichever area that you want to call it, guys. And of course, he's back with another video. And of course, I think he's demanding something. And we're going to see what he has to say right there in that regard. Volumes up, everything. Boom, bam, boom, bam. All right there. Let's go.
People of Rosenhoff demand the following. One, that forthwith each and every public sector.
Hold on, guys. I'm not. Oh, okay. I thought something was wrong with the video. Okay, let's go.
People of Rosenhoff demand the following. One, that forthwith each and every public sector construction project planned for Rosenhoff be executed in conformity with the tenders laws of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and in particular be subjected to open and public tender. So that's the first one. So if it's open to public tender, our contractors will have a right to apply for such a project.
And that is an interesting one that he's talking about right there, brothers and sisters, considering that there are a lot of things that is taking place in Dominica, and the individuals who are Dominicans have no clue what is going on. They're just seeing things happening, brothers and sisters. This is why I always point out there's always some sort of thing that is happening to Dominica and not necessarily involving Dominicans. We just get to see something happening. This is one of our historical sites, brothers and sisters. And of course, we don't know what on earth is taking place there. All of a sudden, we just see the Chinese individuals just building some sort of thing or breaking down whatever they're doing, and the public has no knowledge of that. So I think what he's saying there is definitely something that needs to be put forward. The public needs to be made aware of what exactly is going on, and with that said, in turn, knowing what's going on, can then say, hey, I want to get involved or apply or this kind of things. The government doesn't just do things and just have people doing things, and then you wonder why the people of Dominica are not making any funds in that regard. This is one of the ways that Dominicans could make funds. When they hire individuals to do the construction, maybe the rehabilitation of that area of the that could be turned into a museum. That's one of the individuals who pointed out, and I agree, that could have definitely been turned into a museum of a historical site right there. So when it comes on to this situation, brothers and sisters, these things need to be made public. I mean, this is not something bad to say, is it? Let me know in the comment box below, guys, if it's something bad that I agree with Danny Luge with. Anyways, let's continue.
Number two, that with immediate effect, the construction crew located and present at the site of the Goodwill School and the old planning division area halt any and all further construction until 30% of the workforce is contracted to Dominican workers.
That is a good thing. That's not a good thing to get Dominicans involved in the building process or whatever they're doing right there, huh? And I understand individuals are saying that they're building some sort of home so that they can fix some sort of school. I understand that sentiment right there, although I do not agree with it. This is just my personal point. I think if we are bringing individuals from overseas to come and do constructions, they're building their own establishment when there are establishments that they can stay. If they could stay in these establishments, whoever is paying them can therefore put that money into the local environment. And as a result of that money going into the local environment, then more monies get to circulate in Dominica. Now, if they're building their own establishments, brothers and sisters, to say they're going to be doing schools or whatever that they want to do there, I mean, that takes away from the Dominican people, and 30% is very minimal, I would say, in that regard. Very minimal, but at least it is something to look forward to. When you have like 95 or 99% of the construction being handled by foreigners, and the Dominicans need to get something, they need to get some sort of work also. Sorry about that, guys, I was just interrupted right there. But we're back again, guys. But I do think that there should definitely be more individuals in the construction industry in Dominica. That's the only industry that actually has growth. The only one, brothers and sisters. And you mean to tell me at least 30% of Dominicans are not involved in it? I mean, come on.
That's the second thing. In other Caribbean countries, when they're dealing with other foreign nationals, and projects are available. The leaders who are wise always make sure
that the people are there.
30% or something more than that.
Of course, Grenada is 70 to 90% of all workforce, brothers and sisters, where foreigners are coming in, are handled by the Grenadians. 30%, this is why I say 30% is very low. But on the basis of that, at least that is something to start with. You know, and as time goes by, include more Dominicans in the workforce so that monies can start circulating. Guys, this is something that can actually help the economy. It's not me saying anything out of the ordinary. This is helping the economy, creating jobs for individuals, money circulating so that the individuals can have monies to then go and spend within the economy, to help businesses, to help small businesses. We will talk about, oh, let's help the small businesses. But come on, we can help the small businesses by putting monies into certain pockets, especially with the growth engine of construction. Anyways.
Local. So that is demand number 2. Demand number 3, that any government developmental project planned for the Rosenhoff constituency must be shared and discussed in a public community forum.
Isn't that how it used to be done back in the day? Where things were going to happen, they would have a discussion with the community. Hey guys, this is what we're going to be doing. Or come on the media and talk about these things, and the media would ask questions in that regard. When they're having open discussions for certain media, not everybody, you know, guys, when they're having certain discussions for media, I don't even think they even mention these kind of things. People are seeing things happen in your own house. Somebody else give it. It's like you invite family members into your home, and these family members decide they're hiring somebody to come and do the work that your people in your house can do. You don't find that weird? People from outside, they're bringing inside your house to do work at your house, and they're not even telling the people in your house what's going on. That's crazy, yeah? Anyways.
In order to receive ideas and suggestions from residents.
That makes sense. You have different ideas, people of different walks of life bringing in different ideas and seeing how you can fit to make this thing happen. Isn't it? Doesn't that make sense? It makes sense, guys. It makes a lot of sense.
We see these projects going on and no discussion with residents. That is gross disrespect.
That is not disrespect. That is complete what is it what I'm looking for? Isolation. Complete isolation, you know. You're in a country seeing things happening and don't even care about you, brothers and sisters. This is not the first time this has happened. And I'll constantly tell people why this is happening. Because the DLP team is aligned with the One World Order 2030 agenda. Where you will own nothing, you'll have nothing. So for you to own things, brothers and sisters, you have to have some sort of funds coming in. If you don't have funds coming in, then you have to be reliant on the individuals who actually have the funds. And if the individuals have the funds, then they have a say about what you do, where you go, and all those kind of things there. It's the 2030 agenda that is happening, brothers and sisters. They themselves came and say that they align with the One World Order thing. I mean, doesn't that
okay, and we demand that any public project, the citizens, the residents must be called in to have a discussion so we can know what is happening.
Obviously, guys, that and you would fight Danny Luge for saying that. You would fight him for saying that, where you would benefit, whether it's directly or indirectly. I mean, come on, people, come on.
What's happening there? You've seen two Dominican guys coming quarreling with.
Two Dominican guys, and they say Dominicans were involved in it. Boy.
But in the days of slavery, you always had that, eh?
Yes, yes.
House slaves.
Yep.
House slaves. Chicken feed, he being paid.
Yep.
And foreigners.
They're getting the bulk of the money. It kind of reminds me of Kempinski guys. Kempinski, 2 individuals from overseas. 2 of them, brothers and sisters, gain $80 million from Kempinski. They come and say, oh, Ross goes, so Kempinski will bring vibes. What vibes Kempinski bring in Portsmouth? What? Intercontinental reach there. Hopefully they bring in their people there to come in and what have you. But when Kempinski was there, brothers and sisters, it's like... And then another person got about $13 million. 13 million, while the others got 80 million. There's $100 million that has vanished from Dominica like that. Okay, 3 people. I seen $100 million. Both of them got 80 and the other one. So that is about $175 million that disappeared from Dominica. Just like that. What benefit was to Dominica? Oh, we'll give them jobs and thing. You get in the dregs. $80 million, brothers and sisters, versus you making what? About 20, 30, maybe $40,000 a year, EC. It is about what? 12, not 12, about 15,000 US dollars per year. Shit.
While we Dominicans are unemployed. Number 4, that any planned sale of public lands and public properties in the
It needs to be gazetted.
constituency be made known to residents before such sales, and that residents be given first right
of course, first right. That is what you call respect for the citizens. You give them the first right. If they cannot do it, then okay, who else will come in and think they must get the first bid? This is why you have all the foreign individuals coming in to take the best land in Dominica. Sometimes they even coming to take natural land. I remember some time back where some white woman came out and said we have to pay to enter in the area. Rivers that were there, we have to pay to enter. Not a river, no, it's like a boiling sulfur thing with a little river there. We want to see it. You have to pay to enter. What the lady tell us? White lady, boy, that is something else, boy. Yes, sir.
Refusal, meaning that, for example, next to the port in Fokole, we saw a red building going up there. The Chinese occupy. Look at a crucial portion of land that should have been reserved for expansion of the port. The Chinese have that spot there. When Dominican businessmen would not be given that kind of right. So we said any land.
Sorry about that, guys, again. But anyways, guys, I think it's very important that Dominicans are involved. Okay, let's continue.
Lands in Rosanov that has to be sold must, the people of the Rosanov must be given the first opportunity to buy. Number 5, the people of Rosanov further demand that all historic and heritage sites
should not be tampered with or destroyed
in the community be respected, preserved, and enhanced during refurbishing, rebuilding, or reconstruction.
True.
And that local contractors with knowledge, with traditional knowledge of indigenous architectural design be contracted to restore and preserve such historic sites.
What else, brothers and sisters? That is spot on. Spot on right there. Perfectly stated. Not just bringing the local ones, but those who have a knowledge of how ancient, well, back in the day, how they used to build these things, so they can properly do these things. One of the things that I noticed, especially in Cabrit, it seems like they are incorporating other things into the structure. I understand you're trying to preserve it in that way, but if you're trying to really truly preserve it and make it as if something, you know, where tourists can come and see what used to happen back in the day, at least remnants remaining from back in the day, brothers and sisters, I think that will be vital to keep it to look the same. You can't be, what is that? I don't know if that, that looks like it's different from this to me. They build in a new structure and they decide to put this on this. Maybe the thing was broken down or whatever and they put that on this, I don't know. But this doesn't look the same as this at all, guys. You understand what I'm saying? So I think individuals who knew back in the day what to do can definitely, you know, rebuild, be contracted to rebuild and be paid adequately. It only makes sense. Not true.
This site there is about 100 years or more. Do y'all know what it was before? Sugar mill. Sugar mill. Yeah. This canal you see there, water came from the Rosa River and turned the wheel there. Look at what desecration of a historical site. That's what the Chinese do everywhere they go.
They don't care about the history. You think Chinese care about black history? For them to try to preserve it. You think they care? Chinese come, they say, oh, give us a structure. Okay, cool, let's do it. They don't care about the black history. If they can take it out, they'll take it out. It's not their history for them to care. Therefore, you need people to actually care about the history and, you know, understanding how things were built back in the day to be there. This is why the public needs to be involved in these things. True or false? Let me know that in the comment box below, guys. Maybe it's me that have it wrong, man. Maybe Danny Lugi have it wrong. That could be a place where tourists can come and visit, learn a little more about the history of Dominica, It seems like they're trying to wipe out the history, so we don't know what happened back then. Still some mental slaves, guys. It's interesting.
Necessarily have a problem with the Chinese, you know. I have a problem with our government that allowing Chinese to do what they want.
Exactly.
Look at the quality of their construction.
Yep. Remember when they fixed all the roads, brothers and sisters, the bridges? Remember when they came, the people who are supposedly the knowledgeable in engineering, brothers and sisters, they came to renovate the bridges, and a tropical wave passed. I wouldn't say tropical storm, a tropical wave, because what I bring, a tropical wave passed and threw down every single one of these renovated bridges. Or you renovated a bridge to be stronger, and this bridge of before passed on a hurricane, all sorts of things, they never fall down. The real engineers come in, Chinese people come and fix bridge. Huh? They come and renovate the bridges, brothers and sisters. A little hurricane, a little tropical wave pass, and they call it every single one of these bridges. Doesn't that say something? Maybe, I don't know.
President, how it falling apart? The Buffett set apartment for the president, how it falling apart? The Buffett set apartment.
Oh, so the White House falling apart now? The White House, they build there for how much millions of dollars falling? Okay. But then again, sometimes when they build stuff, they don't really build it with the actual cost of it. For example, if a building cost about $20 million to build, they might build it for $10 million, brothers and sisters, and then pocket the rest of the monies. What do you expect to happen now? You expect the $10 million building to act like a $20 million building? Really? Okay then.
Falling apart. The hospital.
Look at the hospital, for real. Guys, the hospital bill, and people was complaining about the hospital leaking. Boy, what is that for me there? The hospital build, the brand new hospital we build, and the people complain about hospital thing. Look at the series, even did a thing about talking about the tiles. In the open area, you have slippery tiles. It's somebody to fall down there and sue the hospital. No, this is the person that bad. Huh? You could have put rugged tiles there, so when people walking, whether there is water or not, the person would have a less chance of falling. Sometimes they don't even have a sign to say wet floor. So if somebody was supposedly accidentally were to fall, you know, and it's soon now, it's problem now, you know, the person break their back, they can't walk again, they have to be in wheelchair, as if they're swimming on land. They swim, backstroke, man. Backstroke, brothers and sisters. But anyways, what do I know?
Leaking and cannot open.
Princess Margaret Hospital.
And talk about the laundry room. Boy, let me leave that alone. Eh?
Falling
Princess
apart.
Margaret Hospital. The state college. Leaking and cannot open.
Remember when they opened the state college, brothers and sisters, and the kind of conditions? Was it state college or Castle Bruce? One of them schools, brothers and sisters. New school year, September, new school year. Man coming in class as if, well, what they do then, they make it worse, man. Boy, hey.
The Buffett set apartment falling apart.
Yep. Talking about that, brothers and sisters. He right. He's right. He's not making up things. I remember when they were talking about hurricane resilient housing and rainfall, brothers and sisters, in one of these places. Rainfall in those new apartments, brothers. Boy, the wall self was leaking. Boy, the wall where electricity have to pass, the wall was leaking. When you go outside, there was a big puddle of water and thing was looking like it was sinking. Huh? I mean,
hospital leaking and cannot open.
Princess Margaret Hospital falling apart.
Margaret Hospital, the state college, 6 years after Hurricane Mary.
Guys, this is not 5 years ago video, you know. That is a video from today. Today that video make. They sent that for me today.
They can't fix it yet. It's in a mess. So it is not that the Chinese cannot build. Because if you look and you Google Chinese work, they can build.
They can.
Well, they can build, but when you look at the work that they have done, especially in their house, it seems like they're also building inferior materials. Because sometimes when there's like different things, like there's flooding or whatever happening, and the water take the houses, the house like it melts away, melting away. Sometimes people even chip in the wall with their own hands. They chip in away the wall.
But when they know they're dealing with a shitty government,
that is a very shitty government. True, the government is full of toilet. You know, septic, self, bathing, swimming, septic, and the government come and say, hey, everything is okay. Holding the peace sign. All right. From AM to PM, we working.
They will give the shitty government shitty work.
Yep.
I want to say to these policemen who are there,
Protecting Chinese.
you all have a duty to protect the citizens of Dominica. We are fighting for you.
And
Yep.
what you say?
Gary took a 30% increase. How much did you get?
Oh yes, I heard that. So that's probably fourth time the government them increase their salaries, it seems. Because I heard they had the first one, then they increased the salary by 50%, then they increase the salaries again. And now I hear about a 30% increase. What they give the public servants, they first gave them a additional a extra year salary, and they paid it half. So if you was getting $1,000, you got $500 in December, and they try to consider it bonus, and then the next, I think is in next year somewhere, half the year or something, they give them another $500, and then look at here and they give a 6% increase to some, not all, but they taking for themselves 30%, having some of the highest salaries in Dominica. Having some of the highest salaries in Dominica. So in other words, if you're getting $10,000, 30% increase will then make you have $13,000 to get every month. But do you understand math? You don't understand mathematics. Okay, let's continue.
How much did you get?
0.00. 0.00. Your children too, they go to hospital.
I don't think people understand that, no? I don't think people understand that. No, the guys, I keep telling people, I always say in Dominica, eyes closed. I don't think it's closed. I think sometimes these individuals are just wicked themselves. They might be getting a little drugs here and there. Their salary might be there, but they're getting a little something on the side. Or the little one getting to go overseas because they cannot afford it. Because they don't have house to give bank to take loan to send their little one. Because the economy not doing well. It's like a constant cycle of understanding how things going. And you're seeing it in front of you. And you're still pretending as if nothing happened. Sometimes, let me not even put that out there. Let me just leave that alone. Let's continue.
Daniel Carbon calls me at Melville Hall. Come to my office. I don't want to see you, Daniel Carbon. You should be retired long ago.
Yo!
I don't want to see you. If you want to see me, come on site and talk to me. Come on site. People mustn't be intimidated. And they must know their right. We have a right. We have a right in this.
And well, it's not just having right, you know, guys. I mean, it's simple logic. It's simple logic that would benefit the Dominican people. Dominicans fighting against their own selves, but then we look at slavery, guys. Remember, that is the same set of mentality. Harriet Tubman said it best. I couldn't have said it better myself, brothers and sisters, but Harriet, she said it best. She said, I freed hundreds of slaves and could have freed thousands more if only they knew that they were slaves. That is a heck of a thing when you're a slave and you don't know you're a slave to the system that is oppressing you.
A constitutional right that is above any law. So people or policemen
10
don't give us our
officers.
rights.
10.
I think I said this video was today. This might have been yesterday though. This is one of the days, brothers and sisters, but it's recent.
Rights is enshrined in the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Knowledge is power, people.
Yep.
And don't be intimidated.
And not just knowledge. Some people have knowledge. Knowledge is knowing things. But if you're not able to apply what you know, then knowledge is just worthless, brothers and sisters. Because it's not just knowledge that is the factor, but utilizing that knowledge and put it in action. We can have knowledge. There's a lot of educated fools out there. They are smart because they understand how to do things and obey instructions. Doesn't mean you are wise up there, brothers and sisters. When people want to present degrees and say, oh, look, I have my degrees. Scared is not a doctor, no? I look at the economy that doctor being, even though he never really went to truly be get any sort of degrees in that regard. Look, Melissa said gravitating upwards. Melissa come and say she had degrees and all kind of things she get it from university. When you check back to the actual place that she got the degree, or say she had the degree from, looking at her graduating costume to what was actually out there, is two completely different thing. brothers and sisters, it's not always about the paper. The paper only shows that you're obedient to that of which you were taught. This is why education is a very interesting thing. Education is not about people indoctrinating you. Education is in educere, the Latin word educere, to bring out, to pull out from, brothers and sisters. Education is supposed to be utilizing your skill set and somebody looking at your different skill set and pulling that out of you so you can fully and truly fulfill your destiny. A lot of people are doing things just because they are just working for a little monies, paper money, brothers and sisters. They're enslaving their life just to make a little paper money to make ends meet. They are going to work in the jobs that they don't care about, but they need to go to the jobs to make these papers, the papers that have no actual real value at all. Only applied value because the law says that this is worth something. No real value at all. People are going to work to just constantly slave themselves to make things that have no real value. And then they come and wondering why on earth are they extremely not happy. They are saddened about what they're doing. You've seen these people going to work. How you enjoying work? No. You enjoy what you do? No. All these things. So people are just constantly in a rat race, brothers and sisters. You like the mice that running on wheel? That is what it is. People never fully get to who they truly are because they fall into a system that is meant to keep them oppressed and become servants to the system. How on earth you going to work 9 to 5 every day? You get tired after the night at 5 o'clock. Coming back again the next day to do the same thing over and over and over, doing something you don't enjoy, but you have to because that's what society tells you. And then you end up being how much years old? Weak, feeble, can hardly even travel. You have to stay in your house. Hey, last my back hurting me, all kind of things. Sometimes there's one particular person I know who told me about their job, and she stated to me that individuals out there have all sorts of monies that they work hard for, and they cannot enjoy that monies because they are in pain, they're in struggle. Then, boy, guess what, before I end up thinking, let's continue right there. Sorry for taking you guys extra time. Let's go.
By those folks in camouflage, don't be intimidated. See what happened earlier. The Chinese giving them water, bribing them with a bottle of water. That is how.
So they so Chinese seen all in hot sun, trying to protect them from the very people that you have sworn to protect. They giving all the water because they seen all in hot sun standing outside there. And then people are just asking simple things. If the government actually cared for the people, you'd say, you know what, you guys are right. I need to do something about this. You know, it doesn't take, you know what.
Police force come. That is how our police force come. That Chinese have to be giving them bribe so that the police force in them.
Well, I don't think it's bribe. I don't think it's, well, it could be. It could be. They outside there they come to try to stop the people from speaking out or whatever. And the Chinese say, okay, all you're there. Okay, thank you for coming. Let's just give them water. And I'm sure it's not even Dominica water. I'm sure it's Trinidad water, Antigua water they give them. Oh, Chinese was bringing their water. I guess after Hurricane Maria, they were bringing their own waters and stuff too. And they were even advertising Chinese water on the radio. Yes! They were advertising Chinese water in a land that flowing in 365 rivers. That is something else. And they had the Dominican people advertising their water on the radio station. Hey, well, that is the money you can make the money here. But I mean, it's just kind of crazy. I'm sure it's not Dominica water they give them for sure. Because I think Dominica water more expensive in Dominica than foreign water. Yes, I think it's more expensive. I think the big bottle of Dominica water is $5, and the other water is like $3.50.
Chinese in Dominica, shame on you. Water from the Chinese. I hope you don't have something in it. What?
Well, I hope you don't have nothing in it. But there's a possibility that if they give you shitty work, I mean, they might give you shitty water. But hopefully that nothing in it.
Yes, now they put the microbes.
But I get his frustration right there.
Microbes.
So, thank you for those soldiers who are unafraid to stand for Dominica.
Well, it should be in the tens of thousands, guys, not just a few I'm sure there's probably less than 100 people there. It's of the audio I'm hearing, less than 100 people there. I mean, really, Dominicans really care. I mean, you know, but maybe Dominicans themselves don't care. So anything are happening, hey, that's not my business. That has nothing to do with me. Until it reaches your doorstep, they'll come and say, hey, help me now. But when you're looking for people to help you, there's nobody there. I don't think people understand that proverb, no? I don't think so. But anyways, guys, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. This is pretty much the best for this here reaction vibrations on this BrBpTV platform. Hopefully, I'll be dropping another video on the Mr. Licks Reacts tomorrow. We'll see how that goes, guys. And of course, with that said, guys, definitely give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come from. With that said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, guys, be real, be positive.